Okay, so we talked about the board having 64 squares total. It has ranks and files. The files are known by their letter, the ranks are known by their number, and the files are known by a lowercase letter, not the capital letter. Okay, so knowing that, now we have what we call coordinates on the chessboard. We could name every square on this board based on those two coordinates. For instance, this square here would be A4. This would be C3. This would be E1, and so on and so on, okay? So now that we know the coordinates, we can actually take chess notation, which means we can write our moves down on a piece of paper and replay the game. All right, but the first thing is first, right? And that's how do these pieces move on this board. These are pawns, and you can see you have 8 pawns, okay? Both sides. They're like the foot soldiers in the military, all right, or the army, if you will. And these pawns, each one can move 2 spaces on their first move. It's not required, it's your choice. You can move 1 space, or you can move it 2. But whatever you do next with that pawn that you've moved, you can only move 1 space at a time now, okay? Pawns, if they're like this, let's just say this is the situation, these 2 pawns can no longer move in this direction. But if this guy steps up here, he's on the same color as this black pawn, they're on the same diagonal, and they're 1 square away. This black pawn can capture the white pawn. But notice, not like checkers. In checkers, if you capture, you do like this, right? But in chess, you take the square, you take the position that the pawn or the piece was on.
Okay. So why can't you do that again?
Because that's how they capture.
Okay. No, they capture because they're on the same color.
And they're on the diagonal.
They're on the diagonal.
Yeah, these are diagonals, right? Okay. So in this situation, if it was white's move, white would want to guard that pawn, or it would want to take the pawn. Those are your 2 choices. Either guard it, because if I take, then you could take back, right? And that makes sense, doesn't it? And in this game that we're going to play is called the pawns game. And it's like football. The first pawn that reaches the other side of the board wins. And if you could get this kind of situation, white could win, because look, the best move on the board for white would be to push here. If I take, you take, and then you win. Okay. In another situation, if I was to play here, then the best move would not be to take, but to play forward and win. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Let's play a pawns game.
All right, I'll try.
White goes first.
Okay, so do I just move any one that I want?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can move it 2 spaces
Or one.
or 1.
Why 1 or 2?
Because that's the way the game is played. Now, if you're asking on a strategic level,
Yeah.
what is the benefit of moving 1 or 2, right? It depends on the position. For instance, these 4 squares represent the center of the board. You should want to control one of these squares, and by placing your pawn on one of those center squares, you control a center square, because you can capture that. So this would be an ideal position for you, because you would be controlling a lot of squares. I'm just showing you a position. Get that? Your turn. You'll follow my instructions, huh? Partly because you're only moving 1 square. Okay. And then I shall move in kind.
And you can move 2 spaces, all this. But
Every pawn.
every
Every pawn can move 2 spaces on their first move.
the first move. Okay.
Yes. After which, it's 1 space at a time.
Do you see? Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you consider the consequences of this move?
No, I'm not sure.
All right. Well, pawns capture high.
Okay.
Well, is that on the diagonal to my pawn? It is. So that means I can capture you. You don't care about it.
No, because I'm learning.
I can't find the demo. I'm gonna teach you.
Yeah, I'll learn by my mistakes.
That's
I'm
fine.
okay with losing.
That's
So I
fine.
know what I'm doing.
No problem. Just keep track of the time, because we only got 15-minute break. I think I came
I'm on a 30. I'm on a 30.
You're on a 30. How come you're on a 30?
Because I'm here till 6, so I just took my lunch now. So you captured me. Now one of my pawns gone. Okay, that's fine.
And now it's your turn.
So is the goal for me to get to the other side?
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I can move this once now.
You sure can.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should do that. Let's see.
In fact, that's the only way you can move.
That makes sense. But every other one I haven't moved, they moved twice.
Yep. Okay. This sets up an interesting situation. Because what I'm doing now is calculating, not necessarily. I'm thinking about see now these two can't come forward without being captured by this pawn, right? So in some ways I'm restricting the ability for these two pawns to move. They can only move one space at a time without being captured. But that's the same for these two. So it'll come down to who will have the worst move at the end of this situation. We call that Zook's pawn. But this is typically the first thing you want to teach a child is these pawns, because they represent the foundation of the game, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. See, no one broke it down for me like that, so that's why I was like, what? What's all that?
Yeah, it's too confusing if you just go with all that. And since the pawns are the easiest to learn, it makes sense to start with them. Okay, I'm going here. I did that to restrict the advancement of this pawn. Yes, I can take you.
So if you move on a white space,
Yeah, then you could take me.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
I think I have 5 more minutes.
If you move this one, he can't move 2 spaces on the end.
This on 2 spaces.
Yeah.
Why are you helping me?
Because you don't know how to play and he knows
I know,
the
but that's how
game.
you learn. I want to mess up so I can learn from my mistakes. That's how you really know how to play. I guess I'll listen to you then.
It was a good choice. Hey,
I can take you, right?
no, it's my move.
Oh, okay.
You just move, right? You just move from here to here. This would be 2 moves.
Oh, so move.
Okay. All right, so this sets up an interesting situation.
Okay.
If I take you, you would take me back, right? And I could play this guy up here, and if you take me, I take back, and then I walk in. Or I could push this guy forward, and these two are blocked by these two, and then these two right here, this one and this one, will beat him. So that means I could win
Yeah.
either way. So let's demonstrate it. I'll go forward. And now this majority will beat that minority. See that?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. So it seems like this game is more about kind of like predicting like how you would move based on how I'm
It is.
moving.
Chess is very much about visualizing what your opponent can do and thinking ahead about what you would like to do.
I think I could be really good at this game.
I think you could be too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great women chess players.
Yeah, I was watching some people play chess on YouTube, and I was like, I didn't understand it, but I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, there's
My
really-
dad's really good at chess,
Great.
but he never taught me.
Oh. This your coworkers teaching.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna teach you enough so you can beat your dad.
Yes.
How about that?
I would love that. Okay, but the
Are you
pawns,
conceding this game based on the analysis I've given, or would you like to continue?
I would like to continue just because if you do beat me, then that's fine. I like to
I mean,
see.
no, I'm wondering whether or not I've demonstrated that that's a winning position. Or do I have to show you?
You got- show me.
I should
I'm
show
more
you.
of a visual learner.
Okay. It should be.
So,
So you only have 3 good moves. This one, and
Yeah.
yeah.
those are the only really moves you have.
Yeah, because I can see it there.
I mean, you can play any of the other ones, but
Well, let me just move something. So I'll just move the one that was in a good position.
Yeah.
And make it
Very
work.
good.
Yeah, because if I move here, it goes. Move here, take that. Move here, take that. Look at that.
Yeah. It's really all you have.
Now you can take that, right?
Well, you can take them in. Now, the best way to capture is to not move the piece off the board while you're capturing, but to keep the piece in both hands. For instance, this
So
way.
you don't forget.
See how you do that? Bring it up and do like that.
And then now you're here.
Wow.
You can't, yeah.
Pawns don't go backwards, they only go forward. I gotta go.
Wow. This is fun. We gotta continue this.
You know how to do this?